Ever wonder what it's like to be a ghost hunter? Well, here are a few things me and my two close friends, Christine and Doug, have encountered.
We were on our way to Lexington to go through Poor House Road. There was a tunnel that's there, and then we went there a couple times. The first time we went there, we just drove in. Middle of the night, it's creepy, whatever. Okay, we pull into the middle of the tunnel, we turn off the car, we roll down the windows, and we just sit there. And one time it's said that you should hear like kids laughing and playing and stuff like that when you're sitting in the tunnel. And the one time we actually did, for what we thought we heard kids playing, like laughter and stuff like that.
There's a stream that runs through the tunnel, and the sound of it can play tricks on you.
And then there's a second time that we went there, we had brought another one of my friends with us, and we pulled in the tunnel, and it was the weirdest thing. Like, I don't want to say she was possessed, but it was kind of like she was, because she started acting funny and like saying weird things and like freaking. I mean, she could have been just acting stupid. It was just weird how she was acting, just laughing, and she was acting like she was a kid or something like that. Like, it was just so weird and awkward. And as soon as we like left the tunnel, she's like, "Oh, well, okay, that was fun." Like, she didn't really know anything about it. She's like, "I wasn't acting weird. Are you serious?" And we were like, "Dude, yeah, you were." That was crazy.
One year during spring break, Christine, Doug, and I stayed at a haunted bed and breakfast in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. We were the only people staying there, and at night the workers left too, so we had the entire house to ourselves. We heard a lot of creaking in the house, like people were walking across the floor, and Doug and I even saw the dresser drawer move about an inch. But the one thing we couldn't figure out was why the pipes kept turning on and off like someone was turning on a faucet.
Someone is in here.
It did that all night last night. Why did it go off?
It wouldn't do it unless somebody turned on water.
It was like all night though, last night.
Somebody's been turning on water or something. It doesn't do that unless you don't turn on water.
I know.
At 2 o'clock in the morning on the first night we stayed there, we sat in the TV room in complete darkness. I had my camera on night vision, and later, after I looked at the tape, I noticed that I caught quite a few flying orbs. An orb is a spirit caught through a medium like a picture or video. They're usually circular, white, and transparent. If you look closely, you can see at least 3 orbs in this clip flying through the screen coming right at me. This was in the middle of March, so there were no bugs, and the dust should have been settled because we had been sitting still for a long time. Another place we like to go to frequently is an old abandoned house on Damtown Road in Fort Defiance, Virginia. It's so old it has an outhouse and no indoor plumbing.
We walked up and we were in the attic and we were looking through old newspapers that were there. Is this a paper? This is a paper.
It's a flat wall.
The dates are usually in the top corner. 1978.
Oh my god! That's crazy. We were up there for like 5 minutes, we were just reading newspapers, and all of a sudden we hear a door slam. It just slammed. It wasn't even windy that day. It was like a hot summer day. No wind, no gust, no breeze, or nothing like that, and it just slammed.
There's a door. Oh my god. Door slammed.
And we were like, let's go. Come here.
We went back downstairs to see which door had slammed and if anybody else was in the house.
No, I just think it's...
What was it? No, it was not the door.
No, it was this one over there. Look. That one.
How can I be that door, Christine?
It was.
You could tell, like, something didn't want us there, so we left. And it was a while before we went back.
I still wasn't convinced that that was the door that slammed, but when I looked back at the tape, I noticed that the door was open right before we went up to the attic. And I noticed something else, too.
Let's see if the door can shut by the time we get back.
Was what Christine said coincidence, or was it something the ghost did to spite us? A little while later, we decided to go into the house at night.
Before we went in the house, we opened up the camera and we saw that the battery was fully charged. And we were like, okay, that's cool. So we walked in, Natalie stayed out in the car because she was scared, and Doug and I went in, and as soon as we walked in, I started to feel a feeling like in the bottom of my stomach, like something didn't want us there, and it scared the crap out of me. So I looked down at the camera, and the camera's blinking as the battery's dying. So we're like, are you serious? Like, it was charged when we went in. So all of a sudden, like, it starts to flash that it's dying, and I'm like, dude, we gotta go. Like, something doesn't want us here.
I set up the camera with night vision for Christine right before she went to the house, and as you can see, it only picks up a little bit of light from the flashlights they used. But you can hear someone say, "Let's go," right before Christine screams, and then the camera cuts off from the low battery.
I'm scared. You don't know how scared I am.
Let's go.
I've never seen a ghost, which is why I think we've been searching for so long, because we want to experience the feeling, experience the thrill. I think that's almost why we really haven't seen anything, is because we want it so much and we're looking for them.
Even though we've never seen a ghost, we don't get discouraged. Hearing stories from reliable sources really inspires us, like the events that have happened to my Aunt Robin.
One time when I was going down the basement to do the laundry, out of the corner of my eye, I could just tell that there was an image there. I didn't really see her, but I could just see out of the corner of my eye a long dress, a woman in a long dress. In my mind, I'm thinking like Ma and Pa Ingalls type dress. And also one night we saw, and it was in the middle of the night, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, I heard the garage door open, and we have a light that comes on in the garage. If you just touch the button to open the garage door, and it stays on for like 5 minutes. And as soon as I heard the garage door open, I ran down the steps and went out there, and there was no light on, and the garage door was shut. But I definitely heard it.
So why ghost hunting? To some, finding out if ghosts exist is like finding out what happens when you die. Just a little hint of insight into the afterlife helps people with their fear of death.